In this training module, you will be learning to drive this BR403 ICE3, also known as the Intercity Express 3. You will be driving the train a short distance and performing passenger operations. When you're ready to begin, climb aboard. Take a seat in the driver's seat. Firstly, you will need to set the reverser. This controls the direction of travel and activates the cab.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet. Störung. Zugbeeinflussung. BB gesperrt.
Set the headlights to let others around you know this train is operational. Open the passenger doors to allow boarding.
Türen geöffnet.
Close the doors before departure. The train is now ready to depart. Release the brakes and apply some power to get moving. You'll be doing one circuit of the training center and aim to come to a stop back at the station again afterwards. Coasting is a method used. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of braking force using the train brake. This high-speed electrical multiple unit is manufactured by Siemens and is operated in Germany by Deutsche Bahn. These are the third generation of Intercity Express trains and have been in operation in Germany since the year 2000. The ICE3 runs at speeds of up to 300 km per hour in Germany, although they've reached speeds of 368 km per hour in testing. Rather than having a power car like the ICE1 and 2, the ICE3 has underfloor motors throughout. This means passengers can be seated in the entire length of the train.
Test. Test. Alright, so we can do it with a little commentary. Let's speed up to about 150 where we are at now, so see how fast it can go. Let's speed up to about 150 where we are at now, so see how fast it can go. This will also be the first live episode, our live stream, where I will be providing some commentary. Don't mind my English accent, because I'm not a native English speaker.
As you approach the upcoming station.
some brakes. See how we can stop here. And some more braking, I guess.
Störung.
This will do. Little overshoe.
Nice work. Open the doors again to start boarding.
Accidentally also open the right doors.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this train.
Alright, we'll be doing another service with both the ICE1 and the ICE3. We'll go for a short break first, and we'll be back in with you within 5 minutes. Alright, so let's start the service Kassel run. Let's take a service from Würzburg to Fulda, where you will swap trains, then drive from Fulda to Kassel. Alright, let's do it. Kassel run. Here we go. Welcome to Würzburg. Today we will be operating an ICE3 to Fulda, where we'll switch to another service, which is going to be the ICE1, I guess. Yes, like it says. That's an ICE1. Bouwerij 401. A man is standing a little in the way. Like that. There it is. Nice looking train. Deutschland's snelste Klimaatschützer. Thank you for opening the doors for me. Go in, go in. Alright, step up. The other train driver just vanished. First at the forward, or of course you're gonna drive it BZB on and CIFA on and LZB on. CIFA, BZB and LZB. Of course close the panel. Again, do that apparently from within our seat, so anyway. See if the train lights are set to headlights. Normal. Don't need any cab lights. Lock doors. Well, here we go. Turning the AFB on. It's a nice little feature of the German trains. It's something like cruise control. Releasing the PZB. Safe to release, apparently. The next speed limit will be 100, I guess. Yeah, it will be, because the dot on the red dot on a head-up display says it, so. CIFA. LZB kicks in. So we're entering an LZB zone right now. So the speed limit went up to 160, so let's accelerate even faster. Speed limit is 200. Sometimes I still use what's right in the screen, and because not always are the signs very clearly to see. Especially in this tunnel, you don't see basically anything. I saw 230 there, by the way. So we're going to 230 now. Next speed limit will be 200, it says LZB, by the way. Don't really have to brake for that. We still hadn't reached 200, so I automatically braked since I saw it, but we still were doing about 180, 190, so we were good. Next speed limits, it's gonna be 250 apparently. I didn't see it anywhere. But it says so. We can continue for about 12.5 kilometers before there's no speed limit, I guess, or speed reduction possibly. So you can see there's lots of tunnels on this route. It also has some pretty nice, decent scenery. Next speed limit will be 250 as well, the LZB says. It's great scenery here. I will show you. Those bridges. So whenever you need to press the C5 pedal, it shows up right here. White dot is that right now in the right panel of your multifunctional display, like here where also your bremsen and varen are located. So the other display it shows you with a foot on the pedal, and that's exactly what you have to do to acknowledge the C5 to avoid getting an emergency brake because of C5. It's basically some sort of safety feature. Whenever the train driver passes out, you can the train automatically brakes itself, so there are no accidents likely to happen if that's the case. Next speed limit will be 200 within 12.5 kilometers. So we can make sure to brake in time and don't receive an LZB emergency brake. One of the main differences in BSW3 is here you still have a sign that says you have to acknowledge the C5 in the right panel of your head-up display, on the right of the screen, right bottom. But in Train Sim World 5 you have to listen if it says C5 or it shows on your panel. That was again. A lot of solar panels here. Probably for the green electricity that this train is running on, like it says here. About 6.5 kilometers before we have another speed reduction. It's going to be 200. This means we're still in an LZB zone because BZB kicks in at speeds under 160 and LZB works above 160. So that's a little bit of the main difference. Also comes up right in the top right of the screen right now, our next speed limit. So we'll start braking right here, so we don't have to brake that fast. FB to 200. We're allowed to go 250 again. So that means we can accelerate back to 250, like AFB says. I'm sorry, like our LZB says, because there's a red dot near the speedometer, and according to that we can go 250. It's also where my AFB is set, so try to reach the speed now. Another train and also an IC3. ICE3, ICE3, whatever. Intercity Express is what's the real name. We can at least continue for the foreseeable future on this speed. On this speed for the foreseeable future. You know what I mean? I hope you can all understand what I'm saying. Once again, I'm not a native English speaker. I'm actually Dutch. That's also in my channel name, Flying in Stenson, the Netherlands. So. Even though I like the German train system more than I like the Dutch train system, but that's something else to discuss. I also ordered the train simulator, Train Sim World 4, so we can have a little bit more routes. We can do live streams on in the foreseeable future. For example, LZB Mediterranee, S-Bahn Vorarlberg, Antelope Valley line, I believe, and some Southeast high speed. I'm not sure about the last one, but that's a British route at least, so we can do that as well. Personally, I'm most fan of the European, so it's called in Dutch, vasteland, more like Germany, Netherlands, Austria, Switzerland. Even though the ETCS on the S-Bahn Central Schweiz sucks a bit, but anyway, in the community they say it's like because Rivet made it and they don't bother to fix bugs, so we'll see. For now, we're quite busy with this route, so it's a long route. It's, I believe, one of the longest. Kassel Pass is also really long, pretty long. Yeah, we'll see. Seems like it's golden hour here right now, though. Stunning scenery here. Oh. It's a beautiful train, isn't it? Well, like I just said in the introduction, this train has apparently a top speed or permissible speed of 300 kilometers an hour, whereas the ICE1 has a top permissible speed of I believe 280. In the previous stream we did, that was without commentary, by the way. But in the previous stream we did 330 with the IC1. It's called speed run or something. This scenario. Unfortunately, I braked a few seconds too late. My speed was a little bit too high, so I passed the signal at danger spot. SPAD signal passed at danger. Unfortunately, so the progress of an hour was lost. But anyway, we will do it again somewhere in the future. Not streaming it or filming it, recording it. But and when I wanted to do another scenario, the entire game crashed. So that was like, it was not only the entire game that crashed, it was my whole PlayStation 5 that crashed. So yeah, that sucked a little bit, but we're back at it. Now with the IC3. Well, one thing worth mentioning is that I keep the IFB screen on the left panel active right there, because as soon as you leave an LZB zone and go back to a BZB zone, AFB deactivates. So we have to turn that back on, and it's much more quicker if we just have it standing right there. Also, this route has some serious gradients. Like it says now, 1.2%. You don't. It's not as noticeable on the IC3, in my opinion, than it was on the IC1, because above 200 kilometers, the IC1 barely picked up any speed. As soon as you go downhill, it picks up speed really fast for some reason. Well, I imagine it to be something like cycling. When you go uphill, it's also hard to pick up any speed as long as you're not a race cycler like they are in the Tour de France. But anyway, 1.2%, 1.3% here even. So. LZB picked up on something. Yes, the next speed limit, that's in 12 kilometers. Well, about will be 200 kilometers an hour. Yes, I have to watch my pronunciation, because in Dutch it's kilometer and in English it's more kilometer or whatever. So as soon as 4 kilometers out, you start braking. Maybe 4.5. So I gotta monitor it relatively closely right now. This is posting right now on get that much power anymore. Yeah, let's slam the brakes right here. So AFB back to 200. We're right on time now with the braking. Will be 100, it says, but now it says 250, so it will be slowing down to 100 because that's what LZB says, so it will most likely become BZB as well, I guess. Not sure though. Another ICE3. Yeah, it's back at 100, maximum speed according to the top right display. We can continue up to 140 again. Get in a few hundred meters. It's just here. Pretty pointless since the next speed limit will be 100 again. So let's decelerate again. Almost arriving at Fulda. Yeah. Let's brake a bit. Most likely we're to expect 45. I'm not entirely sure about that. That has to do with the red signal over there, because usually you can continue. Hi, welcome, Judith. It won't happen again to me this time around, so I will brake a little earlier, like here. Hey, the other IC1 is also there. Weird. We're right on time anyway.
Türen geöffnet.
Not entirely sure what they want me to do right now. Ah, let's disembark.
AFB.
Well. Alright. You just knocked me out of my seat. That was not really nice. Well, let's watch this take off and head to our own service. With this. Fucking hell, this one. I know personally it's a burden to get on to this station right again. Well, let's watch it anyway. Some rail fanning in a game, that's also possible. Well, see ya. Alright, what I'm doing now is not entirely safe, so we're going to try to do it. If we were to be in an ICE3 right now, we would probably have a bigger problem to get in the cab, but luckily this one has stairs, so it's okay, it's fine. Let's see if everything's on. Yeah, the LZB and CFA switches are on. Let's set them on here. Alright, lock doors, it says. We will. Set the train brakes to release. Haven't used the AFB on here yet, but I believe there's a switch on here. AFB. And then we sort of like our. Not sure it works like that on this one. Anyway, let's see. We're going all the way to Kassel. Alright. See if we have to do some beeinflussing. Oh, I can turn it up to 280 apparently soon as well. Speed limit is 100 here. Let's see if our song's good. It's not really nice. Yeah. That was entirely on me. Apparently it won't move. And we're rolling again. Rolling on the river. To 280. Apparently we won't, but it says 220. On the BZB. So I don't know why he's making me happy with nothing. Now why did you break go? Well, that doesn't help. I got an emergency brake, but I don't know what for actually. It's really weird. Anyway. Alright, let's crank our speed up to 250 already, but like I said, this train doesn't accelerate that fast when it's on a steep hill, so it will probably only pick up some speed as soon as we're going downhill, but it's still accelerating, it seems, even though we're on a hill, so that's already something. The next speed limit is already coming up, even though we haven't even yet hit the 220 yet. Mostly my fault because I got a emergency penalty. But yeah. Well, basically, it's the same that counts for the ICE3. The CIFA is on the right panel, not the entire right panel, not that one, but there, like a little bit of the same position as it is in the ICE3. I'm not constantly paying attention, to be honest, because I was busy editing a thumbnail. I'm fully back again now. So let's see, still 250 apparently, or we're back at 250. We can do 280 again, but we just only reached 280, so. I mean, I said 280, but I meant we only reached 250 yet, so. I haven't even reached 280 this entire time. And we're already going uphill again. Only this time it's a gradient of, oh, I see we're going down. Well, it fluctuates, so it doesn't really matter. 250 is still a nice speed to go by. Anyway, gap lights aren't very bright on this thing, so we have to do it with that. 280, yeah, isn't it? No, we have to stay at 250, so I don't know why I keep saying 280 so not every now and then. It's already getting darker. So still some going on, it looks like. So, this is the ICE1. As seen in my previous live stream, which didn't go as planned. It kind of races fast. Stop at location Kassel, Wilhelms, or whatever it is now. Frisky Gamer, yes, it is indeed an awesome route. So I just got it. It's in Train Sim World 3. I wasn't planning on paying 35 euros on something that's basically available for 27 if you buy just Train Sim World 3. I already had the home pass, but there are videos of it online. It's not that realistic because I like American freight trains and I like the big diesels, but they kind of, in my opinion, kind of hard to understand, and it's also really, in my opinion, a bit primitive. Whereas in Europe you have really advanced features like BZB, LZB, CFI, ETCS, even Stignum. Integra in Switzerland, ATB in the Netherlands, and whatever. There's probably plenty more. Whereas in America you have the alerter and a couple of other things, but I believe the BNSF trains only have an alerter that's working. Also, the issues with the banking comms, the lack of power. Sometimes you feel like experiencing. Are you experiencing something like that? Yeah, that's why I prefer the European routes through ICE3. Yeah, that's just my honest opinion. Well, as you can see, we went on a steep hill and it actually lost speed, even though I'm applying full power. As soon as we're going downhill, we're gaining speed. But yeah, going uphill means you actually lose speed. Yeah, we almost went down to 230 again. So, in my opinion, the ICE1 is also a little bit less powerful than the ICE3. We'll see another ICE3 coming right here, and he's doing uphill because we're doing downhill. Yeah, it still looks rather modern. A bit like the Acela. Current Acela, not the newest Acela. Or Acela, also whatever it's pronounced. But the Amtrak has a nice train with the new Acela. But I believe one of the ICs actually rode once in America, so... What are we getting now? 250 again. So basically, it seems like the entire speed limit on this entire track, which is more than 100 kilometers, 120 kilometers, is basically 250. With some places where you can do 280 apparently, but I haven't seen them yet, or I didn't find them noteworthy. Actually, cab lights on in this thing because yeah, the cab lights are on. Passengers are in the dark. I haven't found a knob so far to turn anything on for passengers, so only LZB, BCB override, whatever. Here are the lights for me. Difference in this train is that here is also a CFA light, which lights up as soon as you have to press the CFA pedal. So if you have an emergency brake in this thing, you can get it to move without pressing some buttons. That if you don't know them, it's probably gonna be very difficult for you to get it moving again. But the most important is this one, heel fill, that puts pressure in your brake valves again, so you can actually release brakes. For some reason, it also hits the BZB acknowledge button if we're driving on this route. With the ICE1, it didn't do that in the ICE3. Well, the passenger is not sitting in the car, so that's good. What the f... Apparently too late with hitting the brakes back. Please pick up some speed again and don't make it entire. Oh, I missed CFA there. That sucks. When looking out, I missed the CFA now. Now it's gonna take ages to speed back up. Well, probably won't for the first bit because there's a gradient going down 1.3%. So We might be lucky today. It's never nice if you get an emergency brake, and it happened for the second time or third time already with IC1, and without one time having it occur in the IC3. So maybe I'm a little bit sharper in the IC3. I don't know. Or IC3 is just better sweet smell lighting. Back to 200 already, so the damage is well, not that big. The Frisky Gamer says I like the IC1 better. Well, that's your opinion, but in my opinion, I prefer the IC3 though. Also, the IC3 from Frankfurt Fulda is great. I really just like that you're positioned in the middle of the gap, while this is more like a Siemens Vectron, Baureihe, the Section 40 type setup, Baureihe. 101, don't speak German very well, although I recently been to Germany on vacation, at least a couple of days. But yeah, it's our neighboring country, so I can understand German. But anyway, I don't speak that well, but to still try to pronounce it in German. It's a German train. Just like Zugbeeinflussung und Störung. Stehung of whatever he says. I try my best to pronounce it right. Just like I try to pronounce English the best way I can, the best way I know. To come back to your point of liking the IC1 better, yeah, I get where you're coming from, but to me, yeah, I really like the positioning in the cab as opposed to the IC1. Don't get me wrong, though, the IC1 is a great train. It's still fast, it's really fast, and it was basically the ground layer of the whole Intercity Express concept. And yeah, without the IC1, maybe there wouldn't have been an IC2 and an IC3, an IC3M, IC3 Neo, or even an IC4, or maybe later, or whatever. But it was basically the first in the entire series, so yeah. It's important, and there is obviously a reason that it still drives today, because it does, even though it's already from the 80s, I believe, the 80s, early 90s, and yeah, it's still driving today, so there must be a reason for that. While I have heard that, for example, the ICD is getting out of service because the maintenance costs are getting too high. So anyway, all ICs are great trains in my opinion. Yeah, no problem. Next speed limit will be 180, just like in Deutsche. But triple 20, but that's in about 9 kilometers. In my experience, this train does brake a little bit faster than the IC3 did. Maybe we can do it 4 kilometers in front. At least that I don't have to brake too hard. It's not good for the passengers, not good for us, it's not good for the brakes. It's yeah, just be gentle with the brakes. I think that's the best way possible, best we can do. It's a really nice sunset. All right. We'll start braking here for just to be sure, because you never know. Yeah, it indeed does brake a little bit faster, so we don't have to brake. Oh, I see. Next speed limit will be even 100. So let's make sure that we ride on time for the 180, so we don't overspeed and get a penalty brake. It still says the 180 in the top right of the screen, so we have 3 kilometers for that still, which we will easily make. However, we're on gradient still. Oh, we're not anymore. Like I said, it fluctuates really fast, so how much kilometers for the 100? It isn't really clear to read from here. Oh well. Yeah, we have to brake. End of the BCB zone. BCB overrides. $100, so we brake a little too much. So we're going to be back in an BZB zone right now, so that's why it says Ende and the yellow dot, or the yellow square. That stands for end of the LZB zone, so it means we go back to the BZB zones. It means the speed is supervised there. Yes, we're back in a BZB zone. Like it so says here right now, so that means we're back in BZB. Alright, we'll try to speed up a little bit because this goes quite slow. Oh yeah, have to turn AFB on again. Otherwise it won't even speed up at all. Turn AFB back on. For some reason, this thing about yeah, that was it. Oh. We have to both turn off the throttle and that thing, everything. So now the AFB is back on. I forgot to put the throttle all the way back to 0, so to off. Anyway, we can put it on 50 right now anyway. Still quite on time. So it's flickering. Still says expect a 85, but there's no point in continuing to accelerate back again. Just keep a safe speed here, so we're also sure to not outshoot in. We still appear to be quite on time, like a few seconds late right now. We pulled in the station on time, but 500 first right now. A little bit gas and to the traction motors. There we have it. Great work, let's see how you did. Thanks a lot. Time taken 1.7 minutes, 1 hour and 7 minutes. Go on. What's that about? Anyway, fuck that. Sorry if I'm swearing. Yeah, we will be back in 5 minutes, and we'll see if we're gonna do enough service or not. Stay tuned. Alright, let's see if we can do some other things on this route. A little bit shorter, probably. Alright, we can do this one. Yeah, why not? Let's do this one, another one in the BR403, the ICE3. Good afternoon, an ICE3 service bound for Fulda will be arriving shortly. You have been tasked with taking over the service and completing the run down to Fulda. Alright. We'll be arriving on this track, track 2. Lots of IC3s here. Alright, probably the other driver disappeared out of nowhere. Never mind though. And the other IC is leaving. Or is it? Well. Anyway, reverser to forward, safety systems, STIFA, BZB. Wait, hold on. It was already on apparently. Usually they're not on by default, so. Anyway, it starts raining. Huh? That was probably the scenario also. So, yeah, not probably, it was a scenario. Fiets al vrijhouden. So, AFP is on, set the PCB switch to release. Apply the power to get moving. Wipers to intermittence. Probability to losing. Wiper speed 1. That's good. Immediately entering the LZB, apparently. So we can do 40. As indicated. Nowhere, but At least in the top corner. Looks more autumn now. Probably ends the weather. Don't press the A or B too quick, because then we immediately get some overspeed, because it always kicks in a little bit later. Apparently, your colleagues always run without the headlights on. Bye-bye. Also, it doesn't run with any tail lights. Okay. We have to brake through under 185 of 85 apparently. Yeah, that's what happens.
RFB. 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 RFB.
Let's see how we can fix that.
RFB.
Piece of Freigabe.
RFB. RFB.
Yeah, apparently we have no IFB anymore for some reason. IFB aus.
RFB. RFB.
Piece of Freigabe. Which means, yeah, it doesn't work. Well, then it doesn't. See if we can actually turn it back on. No, we cannot. Because then for some reason it automatically emergency brakes, so yeah, maybe it doesn't work as long as the LZB is out. Well, it's a weird happening, but
RFB.
Ah, there it was. We had apparently make sure that well, it still isn't quite there yet, but I guess the maximum we can do is about 160 in a PZB zone, because apparently PZB works. So yeah, that means we have to cruise with 160 towards Fulda. Well, anyway, maybe it will work again. Nobody knows. It was a scenario that your LZB was falling out, but well, LZB seems to be working again, so we can speed up again if he works again. So here we go. Fulda is still a little over 50 kilometers out, so it's going to be a long one. For some reason, the next speed limit will be 100 kilometers an hour. Within 10 kilometers or something, so let's see why that is. Probably a corner or something, I don't know. Not really sure. Why? Because it's 150 kilometers slower than what we're driving now. So usually it goes like 250, 200, the hundreds, but never like 250 and then 10, 100. It's still a couple of kilometers out, but that will require probably some significant amount of braking force. So let's see why that is. I guess we will be starting braking right here. We'll start braking right here, yes. Oh. Zwangsbremsung. Why does it constantly happen in fucking tunnels? Well, this time around we didn't get an emergency brake because we turned the AFB off in time, so for some reason there's still again failure inside the failure with the LZB system. So we have to bring it into gear time. For the safety, we will brake till about 85 kilometers an hour. Use the speed limit. Even though the speed limit is 100 kilometers an hour here. But for the safety of it. Alright. 30 meters out, but who cares? It's not a station anyway. Head over to the indicated cabinet and isolate the system. Yeah, we will. From here, we'll be operating on a PZB. Well, good to know. Make sure to release it then. He saw Freigabe, I believe. Yes, now the BSB works again. We can continue up to 100 kilometers an hour. Apparently, that's the speed limit on those switches and junctions. Speed limit is 250 here, but BZB limit is 160, so it won't go past 160. So, that's gonna be not it's gonna be a long ride. For some reason, I was too late with the braking. With the safe acknowledge. Whatever. Got an emergency brake with good recovery time. just like I said earlier, there's lots of tunnels. There are lots of tunnels on this route. Yeah, sadly that makes us not see much of the scenery, but the scenery that we have is pretty great. Yeah. Right now it's just cruising. Ik now pressing the CIFA pedal every now and then, and wait for the route to be completed. 160 is not that fast. At least it is something. Well, maybe every turn they be off, we can see what happens. And then we can actually gather some speed. It's, in my opinion, not allowed, though. No, it's not allowed. Immediately starts, yeah. Yeah, that's not allowed. Yes, I get that. But it's definitely not allowed, like I said. So 160 it is. Well, 160 is still quite fast. So the trains in the Netherlands only drive about 140, and on the hogesnelheidsline sites, that's the HSL between Amsterdam and Rotterdam, I believe. There they drive a maximum of 200, I believe. But yeah, that's most of the tracks here in the Netherlands are still quite slow. So 160 is still faster than that, and yeah, as you can see, it's not that far anymore. Still 15 kilometers. That is doable. It's easily doable. Here we have a nice, absolute stunning view again. Right. I wish I could take this train in real life for the sake of it, because the views you have are actually pretty great. And even though this is a game, I imagine the views in real life must be so awesome, standing on such a high, or being on such a high kind of great kind of thing, and then looking down the valley, and it's real nice. So this service is like in an ICE3, the Deutschlands schnellster Klimaschützer. Ne? Das ist die Express Fulda 51. Fulda Hauptbahnhof. This is one of the longer tunnels apparently. 9 kilometers out. Kilometers. Yes, in Europe we don't use freedom units, we don't use miles. So, unfortunately, for the Americans. Sometimes you can even use the headlights here and you see a little bit more. So it's like tunnels, it's not that bad to use them actually. Alright, guys, by the way, when we're arriving at Fulda, I'm gonna call it a day and I will end the stream for today. Did 2 streams today. Tomorrow will be a couple more streams. Tomorrow we'll probably arrive at Trains in World 4, so we can also play that. Then we have Dovetail Games ported over to Trains in World 5, make a key claim, send them a Dovetail Games support him an email saying we want them. So yes, maybe tomorrow also a little bit of streaming of the British route on this one. I won't be doing home pause because yeah, like I said earlier in the stream, that's not my favorite route. In real life it's a badass route, that's one thing for sure. But yeah. Alright. We'll break. Anyway, PZB 1000 hertz being kicked in and yeah, whatever. Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't able to even brake in time. Well, anyway, 1 kilometer out. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, was probably on me again, but I wasn't able to brake in time, and I wasn't paying attention to the upcoming speed limit. I guess actually I was, but For some reason, my speed limit wasn't on the 160 yet, but whatever. I'm still not a master in PZB, but I learn. Like everybody will. Everybody will learn. PZB is not that hard, but okay, we got another 1000 hertz. I tried to override it or to release it, but it didn't work. Probably when you have PZB emergency Zwangbremsung, yeah, you're pretty much screwed. I'm going to expect a 500 hertz here somewhere. I'm gonna be making sure to brake in time because this thing apparently doesn't brake that yet. And the tracks are wet, so yeah, that's 500 hertz. Apparently there wasn't any time window for this one, so probably on time or not. Nobody knows actually. Yeah, I'm a bit allergic to those red lights. Because you'd probably be spatting anyway. Unlock doors. The house. Back into neutral. Well, guys, that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. We've been live for apparently over 2 hours, so that's probably my longest live stream ever. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Tune in the next live stream. It's not on specific times. It's just whenever I have time. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did because I love trains. I love planes. You can find everything about in between on my channel. Yeah, I've got a community since a few days now as well on my YouTube channel, so you can post everything related to, well, trains, planes, even cars. Hell, I don't care. Just keep it civil, keep it respectful, and that's about it. Wow, see you guys around.